Hi. So we're here at my house today. I'm no longer at my cottage. And I wanted to read you a story. Now, the story I have for you was a book that used to make me frightened. I thought it was scary. But then I started looking at the pictures closely and I found out it wasn't scary at all. But I'll show you what I mean. So, the story I have to read to you today is Where the Wild Things Are. And the story and pictures are by Morris Sendak. So he's the author, he wrote the words, and he's the illustrator. He did the artwork, so he did the pictures. And this book was decided to be a very, very special book for children because the story was so good and the pictures were so good. So they gave it a special prize, and it's called the Caldecott Medal. So if you're ever looking for a really good book, you look for a book that has this sticker on it. So I will read you the words to the story, and you can read the pictures. Here we go. Where the Wild Things Are. Story and pictures by Morris Sendak. Okay, here we go. That night, Max wore his wolf suit and made mischief of one kind. Look what he's doing. What does he have in his hand? And he's using a nail and he's putting a hole in the wall. Oh my goodness. So he made mischief of one kind and another. Poor puppy. His mother called him Wild Thing. And Max said, I'll eat you up. And he was sent to bed without eating anything. Oh my goodness. That's his bedroom. Look, I see the moon. Look at his face. He's going. So I don't think he's very happy. Do you? That very night in Max's room, a forest grew. Look up here. And grew. Can you still see his bed? Right here. There's his bed. Look at his face now. What do you think he's feeling? And grew until his ceiling hung with vines and the walls became the world all around. Look. Do you think that's real? Is that really happening? And an ocean tumbled by with a private boat for Max, and he sailed off through night and day. Look, there's his name, Max, M-A-X, Max. Look at the little flag. The wind is coming from this way because it blows from the big end of the flag to the little end of the flag. And in and out of weeks and almost over a year to where the wild things are. Look at this picture. There's a wild thing in it. Look at the wild thing's face. Look at Max's face. I think they're both startled. I think they're both going, oh, what are you doing here? And look at where the wind is blowing from this time. It's coming from this direction. So the wind has changed. Wind sometimes does that. And when he came to the place where the wild things are, they roared their terrible roars and they gnashed their terrible teeth. Let me hear your terrible roar. Whoa! If I didn't know that was coming from you, I would think there was a wild thing there. and rolled their terrible eyes and showed their terrible claws. There's my till Max said, "Be still," and he tamed them with a magic trick. What do you think the magic trick was? The magic trick of staring into their yellow eyes without blinking once, and they were frightened, and they called him the most wild thing of all. They're smiling. They have big teeth, but my cat has big teeth. I'm not afraid of my cat. And made him king of all wild things. And now, cried Max, let the wild rumpus start. I wonder what a rumpus is. Let's find out. I'm going to turn the page. Maybe the pictures will give us a clue. Whoa. What does it look like they're doing? Are they dancing? Are they jumping? Are they marching? Look at Max. He looks like he's roaring. A wild rumpus looks like fun. Whoa, where's Max now? The wild things look very happy, don't they? They don't look scary. Now stop, Max said, and sent the wild things off to bed without their supper. Who else had that happen to them? Max, right? And Max, the king of all wild things, was lonely, and he wanted to be where someone loved him best of all. Who loves you best of all? Is it your mom or your dad? Is it your grandma or your grandpa? Is it your favorite stuffy? Maybe it's your cat or your dog, or your brother or your sister. Then all around from far away across the world, he smelled good things to eat, so he gave up being king of where the wild things are. I think he's hungry. Look at his face. What is he feeling in this picture? But the wild things cried, "Oh, please don't go. We'll eat you up. We love you so." And Max said, "Nope." The wild things roared their terrible roars and gnashed their terrible teeth. Let me hear your roar again. Oh, you're so good at that. And rolled their terrible eyes and showed their terrible claws. But Max stepped into his private boat and waved goodbye and sailed back over a year and in and out of weeks and through a day. Look at his face. What does it tell you? Is he sleeping? Is he thinking? Is he sad? Why do you think so? Those are some really good ideas. And into the night of his very own room, where he found his supper waiting for him. Look at his face now. And it was still hot. Now, what do you think? Do you think that really happened to Max? Or was that his really good imagination when he was sent to his room? I think you could be right. Well, that's the end of that story. And I will see you another day and we'll read a different story. You take care and have a fun day. Bye.